The number one tool to help you see price action in the future, and I say this without a doubt in my mind because I use it all the time, it's the Fear and Greed Index. Now obviously it works for both the stock market and cryptocurrency market, but today we'll talk about the cryptocurrency market and specifically the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. Roll the intro. If you like making money, if you love cryptocurrency, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And each day we analyze emotions and sentiments from different sources and crunch them into one simple number. When I say we, I mean they. I'm reading what they said. Not me. I'm not doing anything. The Fear and Greed Index for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Right now we are in a greed 71. And first, before I go on to what the numbers mean, last month we had extreme fear on number 20. And what happened? All the prices skyrocketed. And here's the Ethereum chart, absolutely skyrocketing from the lows and the extreme fears. Here we go at the Bitcoin chart, absolutely skyrocketing from the fears. Let's take a look at Cardano. Obviously, especially Cardano skyrocketing, and especially today, if you watched my last video where I did the support resistance trading for Cardano and how I usually measure price action, how I usually go about making my trades, and I told you that this was a crucial level, the 1.47 mark for Cardano. It's been historically proven over the past few months that this is a very critical point for Cardano. If it fails to break it, like right here, it goes down. But right now, what happened? Cardano has absolutely smashed the 147 level, and we're right now at 157 from the price increase of my previous video of 7% to the current price, and a price increase of 8.16% to the highs which it had at 159 just some few hours ago. Right, now back to the Greed and Fear Index. How does it actually work? How can they predict anything, and what does this number even mean, right? So why measure the Fear and Greed Index? The crypto market's behavior is very emotional, which we all know. People tend to get greedy when the market is rising, which results in FOMO, fear of missing out. Also, people often sell their coins in an irrational reaction of seeing red numbers, which are Fear and Greed Index. With our Fear and Greed Index, we try to save you from your own emotional overreactions. There are two simple assumptions. Extreme fear can be a sign that investors are getting too worried. This could be a good buying opportunity. When investors are getting too greedy, that means that the market is due for a correction. Therefore, we analyze current sentiment of the Bitcoin market and other cryptocurrencies and crunch the numbers into a simple meter from 0 to 100. 0 means extreme fear, while 100 means extreme greed. Now, where are they getting the sources from? That's also very important, right? We're gathering the data from the 5 following sources. Each data point is valued the same as the day before in order to visualize a meaningful progress in sentiment change of the crypto market. First, volatility, 25%. We're measuring the current volatility and max drawdowns of Bitcoin and compare it with the corresponding average values over the last 30 and 90 days. We argue that an unusual rise in volatility is a sign of a fearful market. Now that's 25% of the number that you see. Now market momentum and volume is another 25%, another quarter of what this number means. Also, we're measuring the current volume and market momentum, again in comparison with the last 30-90 days average values, and put those two values together. Generally, we see a high buying volumes and a positive market on a daily basis. We conclude that the market acts overly greedy or too bullish, which means it's overdue for a correction. Social media is 15%. There we gather and count posts of various hashtags for each coin. Publicly, we show only those for Bitcoin. And check how fast, how many interactions they receive in certain time frames. A usual high interaction rate results in a grown public interest in a coin and in our eyes corresponds to a greedy market behavior, right? Now another 15% is the surveys, which is currently paused, so we'll not go over that. Dominance is 10%. The dominance of a coin resembles the market cap share of the whole crypto market, especially for Bitcoin. We think that a rise in Bitcoin's dominance is caused by a fear of and thus a reduction of too speculative altcoin investments. On the other side, when Bitcoin dominance shrinks, the people are getting more and more greedy by investing in more risky altcoins, dreaming of their chance at the next big bull run. Anyhow, analyzing the dominance for a coin other than Bitcoin, you could argue the other way around, since more interest in an altcoin may conclude a bullish greedy behavior for that specific coin. Now, next up we have trends, which is 10%. We pull Google Trends data for various Bitcoin-related searches, queries, and crunch those numbers, especially the change of search volumes, as well as recommended other currently popular searches. For example, if you check the Google Trends for Bitcoin, you can't get much information from the search volume, but currently you can see that there is a 1,550% rise of the query Bitcoin price manipulation in the box-related searches queries as of 5th, 29th, 2018. That's 3 years ago. This is clearly a sign of fear in the market, and we use that for our index. Now that you all know how it works, let's see, does it work? Right now we're at 71, which is greed. We're in greed. We're not in extreme greed, which is good. Extreme greed means price correction. Just normal greed is okay, I guess. We do want to get to a more neutral state, but in order to do that, the market would need to go through a correction. Like Bitcoin would need to fall to at least 40,000, so people get more fearful, and the fear and greed index becomes more neutral, which would then allow for a bigger upside for Bitcoin, right? Now I'll leave the link for the Fear and Greed Index in the description down below if you do want to check it out for yourself. But let's go to the 1 year chart. I will put it like this, and then I'll pull also the Bitcoin daily chart and see if it kind of corresponds to the price action. And I would say that it does, to be honest. So here we have 14 August 2020. August. There we go. So this is the same time frame, right? So when do we have the big correction? It's 7th of May, around from the 1st of May up until the 15th of May. We'll look at that. So let us try and find it here. We need May 20th, it's April, May 2020. So from the 1st of May, obviously we first had this here correction, which I failed to see before. So that's why you can see the Fear and Greed Index even in late April being very, very fearful. As you can see, 27, the Fear and Greed Index, which is still, I think it's not extreme fear, it's just fear. But then we had an upside. We went back to greed, back to 73, which is where we're at right now. And what happened after that? When the market got too greedy after a correction, obviously a bigger correction. And as you can see, the Fear and Greed Index was in extreme fear since the 16th of May until the 23rd of July. Now that's something, man. That's something. And this was pretty much the whole part of this. We were in extreme fear. Well, I can't really go like this, but we were in extreme fear up until this point here when it started to rise again, which just happened recently, 23rd of July, obviously being one of the last days when we were in extreme fear. So this is one of the most reliable indicators for predicting price action, no question. If you learned anything new, don't forget to subscribe. I will do these videos as often as I can, probably every other day. Other than that, my name is Tony, and I'll check you all for the next one. Bye-bye, and stay awesome.